catch people out and raise money?
I'm afraid I do. I mean, 75 councils in the country do this, and just short of a million fines were issued by the mobile cameras, and 10 million, just short, issued by static. And that's over the last five-year period, so it's a lot. And we're very clear, the law's very clear, is that you can't use parking fines as a kind of a way of raising money. It's there to ensure that traffic flows reasonably. And I think if it wasn't being used to raise money, that councils could concentrate on where things were difficult.
Okay, but you heard Westminster there, which is one of the few that do use these cameras, and they say that the only time they do is when it's essential to keep roads clear.
Well, I'm sure they say that, but I don't think Westminster is typical. You know, it's right in the centre of our...
But they'd still be banned, I mean, because you're talking about a ban.
Yes, for parking enforcement, and I think that's a reasonable thing to do. We much prefer that CCTV was used to actually crowd criminals to make our streets safer.
Okay, but if a council is using a camera to ensure that a road is clear, for example, outside a school, to ensure that it's safe, they'd be banned from doing that in future under your proposals?
They'd be banned for using the camera to catch motorists in order to raise money. But what they could do is deploy their team to ensure that there's good practice around the school.
Okay, I'm not following that. But they can't use a camera at that side?
I think, no, they can't use a camera at that side. They can use a hand camera at that side if they want to do so. We're not preventing traffic wardens from taking photographs of cars.
And then following up from that?
And then following up
but
from
somebody
that,
has to be at the site?
Somebody has to be at the site. And I think it's kind of the easy answer for saying, oh, it's all to protect the children. But local authorities are running seminars about maximising their income on parking fines. So this is really just to get some common sense back into the whole process and to give people some rights where they've been issued with a ticket and they've not committed an offence. And that's 660,000 a year. That's an awful lot of mistakes.
Now, when you look at what's on offer here, it's removing a few parking cameras, and it might save people some money, but it seems relatively small beer when you compare with what is being offered by the Labour Party at the moment, which is that if they got into government, they would freeze energy prices.
Well, we've largely been undoing a lot of what the Labour Party did in terms of they were actively encouraging increasing fines, reducing the amount of car parking spaces, which has led to people parking on pavements and causing all kinds of problems.
But here they are talking about addressing a significant cost in people's lives. Now, the Education Secretary, Michael Gove, said last night on Question Time that actually Ed Miliband is absolutely right to draw attention to one of the worst examples of the way people's cost of living is under attack. Do you agree that it's right that actually something needs to be done about energy prices and that Ed Miliband is right in raising it like this?
Yeah, of course, we're the first government to be able to offer to consumers the cheapest tariff. But what would be a problem is we don't want to find ourselves in a situation where we have a shortage of energy and the lights get turned out.
So you think that that threat of blackouts is a genuine threat?
Well, of course it's a genuine threat, but forgive me, I did come on to talk about parking.
Michael Gove reckoned you should take that threat with a pinch of salt. He didn't see it as genuine at all.
Well, I came to talk about parking this morning. I mean, if you want to hear about review of yellow lines, if you want to hear about citizens' rights, I'm very happy to talk about it.
I presume you'd be happy to talk about reducing people's cost of living.
I'm very happy to talk about anything, but what we're offering is a better deal for motorists, and we're proud to offer a better deal for motorists. It's not going to change the world, but it's a better situation in our town centres, and more people will be able to go onto local shops. But I'm sorry, you don't think that's that important?